Hey, welcome to What We Thought, not Man Kitchen Recipes. I'm Kevin, and that's my cooking channel. Anyway, today I want to talk about why I bought this small Harvest Right freeze dryer. And before I get going too far, I have it in my garage. It gets warm in here, so to keep it cooled off, I do have a fan, an oscillating fan here blowing, and it does help keep it cool enough because once you get up like over 90, 92, 93 degrees, you'll get a little warning about it being hot on your screen. And yeah, you want to keep it in a cooler area if you can. Now, you could probably tell the noise level. I'm going to turn the fan off while I do this video, but let me just turn it off right now. Okay, and I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it sounds like probably the volume of a refrigerator that's running. That's why I have it in the garage. If you have a laundry room, that'd be a great place. I've seen people with them in their kitchens, but I'm not sure I'd want this in my kitchen just because of the sound. Once the pump kicks on, then it's a little bit louder. So it's not excessively loud. I don't hear it in the house when it's out here, but yeah, it does make a sound. All right, so before I get started on why I bought this, today I got some peaches. I just put them in there. Let me show you how I prepared those, and then we'll come back and talk more about this. Alrighty, so yeah, we're doing the peaches. Like I said, you know, I mean, if you got a tree that you're just not keeping up or eating or giving away all your peaches, freeze drying peaches is such a great way to use them up. And it doesn't matter if they are kind of green. It doesn't matter if they are kind of overripe. They turn out, I've already made a batch. They turn out, they all taste the same. They're all crispy. And if you're not preserving them with jelly or any other way, this is a great way to do your peaches. Just take out the pit. I already washed them all. And these are from a family members of Elizabeth's. And this cut them, I like to cut them at about 1/4 inch thick. And they, I figured 17 to 19 fills up a tray pretty good. So I've got my trays. Now this is a small freeze dryer, so the trays aren't huge. But I got these parchment paper pre-cut. They're really cheap. You get 500 of them really cheap. I was cutting them myself at first until I got these. They also make silicone mats. Do you have to use a parchment paper? No, but it makes for cleanup way easier. Way easier. So anyway, we're gonna cut these peaches up and just line them up on the parchment paper. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to fill your tray up. And I don't stack mine. I usually, or the last time I did these, I just put all the little end pieces in the one section and the rest in the bottom. So I'm gonna get these cut up and fill up a tray and get them in the freeze dryer. I got my freeze dryer cooling down right now. It takes about 15 minutes, and this is a pretty quick process. All right, here's my 4 trays of peaches, and this is actually the second batch I'm doing, and it just so happened both batches ended up with 19 peaches. Now, obviously, it's going to decide how many you use on the size of the peaches and how thick or thin you slice them. But the way I slice them, this is the second batch, and I've ended up with 19 exactly again. So yeah, I think my freeze dryer is ready, and let's go get these in the freeze dryer and get these. All right, my freeze dryer is ready. I need to close the drain valve and get this thing going. Now this, I'm not sure about the medium or large or extra large. I need to check with my brother, but I've seen some videos where before you start this, it has a custom button. I add 3 hours of freeze time because I don't pre-freeze because, you know, I don't want to wait another day to get started. But the other ones have an add extra dry time, which this, I don't know if it's just because of the small, it doesn't have that feature, but when it's done, I'll add probably up to 10 to 14 more hours. But anyway, so let's get these in here right now. The freeze dryer is ready. I need to close my valve and get these in here. Look how great those look. This is, like I said, this is the second batch. I'm doing another one right away. And then I will do a third one because I still have more peaches to do. And we're probably going to go and get some more peaches because, you know, why let them rot on the tree, right? If they're not going to get eaten, we might as well freeze dry them. All right, continue. All right, so it is freezing, and I still don't have my system name. I've got several names to choose from. I just haven't locked one in yet. Okay, so let's talk about why I bought a freeze dryer to begin with. Well, I want to blame this or thank this to my brother because he has one, and he's been enjoying his. He's a lot like me, but he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He likes we call it the Mad Scientist cooking. We like to cook things different. We like to change things up, try new things. And the new thing to try for us now is a freeze dryer. He got one. He has the extra large. And his trays, I think we measured them, were about 4 inches longer than the small trays. So I wish I had that. I'm telling you what, I have been running this thing nonstop. But anyway, thanks, bro, for turning me on to the freeze drying. He freeze dried some brisket, some smoked brisket. He sliced it, he freeze dried it, and he mailed it to me. And I have a couple videos out, one on my tortilla channel and one on my Man Kitchen channel, of using the freeze dried smoked brisket, and I was just blown away by it. It was crazy. So I did a video. I went out there on Father's Day weekend, and I love green chilies. I'm in New Mexico, so I wanted to freeze dry some green chilies. So we went for a visit. I took a whole bunch of green chilies. We freeze dried them. They turned out fantastic. So I'm like, man, I was sold from that day forward. I needed to find and get me a freeze dryer. So why did I get the small Harvest Right? Well, I will admit, mainly because of the price. This was on sale when I bought it, Father's Day weekend. Or it was still part of the Father's Day sale. It wasn't Father's Day weekend because I came back and had to make a decision. It ended up being like $1,600, which is very, to me, as in the freeze drying community, this is a very affordable freeze dryer. It was on sale. If you're watching this in August or anytime, look in my description. There should be a discount code. In August, they're offering $100 off. So the code is down below. If you use my link, it helps the channel. It helps me, get product and everything. But today, like these peaches, it's a perfect time of year. And another reason why I wanted a freeze dryer is because, I mean, how many fruit trees do you see in your neighborhood or your friends and family, and they're falling on the ground, they can't eat them fast enough, they can't give them away fast enough? Well, you could be the person they're giving them to for free, and you freeze dry them. Yes, it costs you a little electricity, depending where you're at. My brother's in California, his electricity is way more expensive than mine here in New Mexico. So, price. Yeah, the price made a huge difference on me getting the small, but I will tell you, I wish I had a bigger one or two more. Honestly, I've been running this thing almost non-stop. It's only had a few days off since I purchased it. I haven't uploaded every video that I've done with it. Every video of the freeze drying that I've done a lot. And I'll tell you what, freeze-dried apple fries or freeze-dried apples are fantastic. Blueberries, well, they're all fantastic, but my favorites so far are the blueberries, the apples. Pineapples are pretty good, but I bought the canned pineapples for that. Boy, I have got a nice garden out back. I've got a lot of cantaloupe growing. I do have some green chilies growing, and cucumbers. I freeze dried some cucumbers, and boy, oh boy, were those good. The cantaloupe. I bought a special kind of cantaloupe, Hammy, I think. Hammy cantaloupe from Costco. I think that's the name of it. And I cut it open. It wasn't real ripe yet, and I was disappointed by the lack of flavor. So I'm like, you know what? I need to freeze dry it, because when you freeze dry your fruit, it takes all the water out, so it condenses the flavor, right? So I took this cantaloupe that didn't have a whole lot of flavor. You could taste the cantaloupe flavor. Freeze dried it, and let me tell you what, it brought out the cantaloupe flavor. It was so good, so good. So another reason for purchasing this is because of my garden. I've got a lot of stuff, and I always limit myself on what I grow because I usually only grow what we can eat. I give away some stuff. People, you know, if you grow zucchini, you know people get tired of taking zucchini unless you know lots of people. You can only eat so many zucchini, and there's lots of things to make with zucchini. But yeah, it's hard to keep up. So if you take your zucchini, like I have yellow crookneck this year that I'll be freeze drying. But garden vegetables and tomatoes and grapes and blueberries, just everything that I got growing will be freeze dried if I can't eat them all. And I guarantee I can't because they're just flourishing out there. So if you have a garden or know people that are giving away fruits and vegetables, you know, and that's the best thing to freeze dry because it's coming to you at no cost. So you're saving a ton of money, and then you can use it down the road. Or in our case, Elizabeth eats so many, I can't hardly keep up. She absolutely loves them. And these peaches are actually from her uncle's. She was down in Albuquerque and picked some up, and I think we're going to go get some more actually together. So yeah, freeze drying. You find stuff on sale. Like anytime I find chicken or meat, or if I cook and I have leftovers, you know, it goes in the freezer and we forget all about it, and you know it'll get frostbitten if you don't vac seal them. So now, like I freeze dried some smoked chicken that I made. I made it specifically to freeze dry just to try it, and it turns out fantastic. So what I'm going to do is Walmart, they sell their rotisserie chicken that doesn't sell. They end up freezing it, and then they break it back out, and they sell them for like $3. So I'm going to go get some of those and start freeze drying. I'm not really a prepper, but I'll tell you what, I do like to save money, and as expensive as everything is these days, this is going to be a great way to preserve a lot of different food that I can use later. Now, don't get confused about rehydrating, because I'll put these peaches in, they look wonderful, they freeze dry. Well, when you rehydrate them, they're not necessarily going to look like they did going in, but they will taste fantastic. And eating them dry is probably the favorite way to do it. You can put them in yogurt, you can put them in your cottage cheese, you can add them to whatever you want, and imagine I could rehydrate and make some preserves out of them if I wanted to, but I don't think they're going to last. I think they're just going to get eaten dry the way they are, because they're a great snack. You just got to be careful because, you know, all the fruit you do still has sugar in it. So you got to watch your sugar intake if you eat too many of them all at once, which can happen, especially with the apples. And so food preservation, now I'm not a prepper, but man, I'll tell you what, it's turning me into one, because I'll be able, I went through my freezer and I was able to take out several items that were in there, and I got to freeze dry them. So once they're freeze dried, they're not taking up electricity anymore in my freezer. They're not taking up the space in my freezer. So when I do need to put something in the freezer, I mean, you can even freeze dry ice cream. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. So yeah, the difference between the freeze dryer and a dehydrator, which I've got my dehydrator right there. I do dehydrate some fruit. You know, when you dehydrate fruit, or you use a dehydrator for beef jerky, you cannot dehydrate. You can't freeze dry to make beef jerky. I assume you could freeze dry the beef jerky after it's cooked if you want. I don't know. I mean, it's already going to be the liquid in it's already pretty much going to be gone. But a dehydrator takes probably, from what I've looked up, it takes about 40% of the nutrients and flavor out of it because it's kind of like cooking it, right? You dehydrate at a higher temperature. Where the freeze dryer, you only lose 10% of the nutrients and the flavor. The freeze dryer will not, well, it's controversial right now whether it will or will not, but like if you put something in there that's got bacteria on it, it's going to still have bacteria because it does not cook when it comes out and you rehydrate it. So be careful that way. I've learned a lot in just a short amount of time. I still consider myself a newbie, but man, I have been a freeze drying fool. Like I said, this thing is running constantly. So we'll see how Harvest Right does with the use that I'm putting this thing through. And man, honestly, I'd like to have a bigger one. Or I'd like to have another one, a second one, because I got a bunch of stuff I want to get freeze dried, but now, you know, you got to wait one day each cycle to get everything done. Yeah, I have that much that I want to do. You know, and you find stuff on sale. Like I said, if there's fruits or vegetables on sale, you can actually buy them and freeze dry them and preserve them for later use. And that's another reason for freeze dry. I haven't done hamburger yet. God, meat is so expensive, but yeah, you cook your meat first. You can. I've seen guys do raw meat. They cut it thin. I'm not sure I will do that. I might try it, but I'd rather cook it first. It cooks a lot of the oils out of it, because if you freeze dry something with oil, it'll become rancid quicker. So instead of lasting 20 years, maybe it lasts 2 to 5 years. I don't know. I haven't done it long enough. It's just stuff I've seen. Yeah, I've used it like crazy. So I didn't think I'd use it as much as I do. So if you are interested in a freeze dryer, I'll have a link below. There are a few different models that you can get, but for the price, Harvest Right's it probably has the best price, and they actually have sales. I haven't seen the other ones go on sale. I can't remember the name of the other one. Blue something, which looks like a really good one. But man, for the price, for about roughly the same size, they were over $3,000. And this one, like I said, I paid $1,600 for it, $1,600, which isn't cheap for a lot of people, but it's definitely affordable for many. And you know, I think they have a payment plan. I don't know. I don't like to do the payment plan if I can avoid it. So, yeah, I'm loving it. If you're following along, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe this video. If you're looking for a freeze dryer, if you're thinking about a freeze dryer, I'll guarantee once you start using it, you may not stop like me. Maybe you will. I don't know. I guess it may not be for everybody. You may not like the dry, crunchy fruit, but for a snack, it's great. It's great. Even the chicken, my brother sent me some of his smoked chicken, quarter legs, and you know, I do a lot of driving, so I take my lunch with me, and my lunch was freeze-dried chicken. I didn't rehydrate it. I just ate it like jerky. A guy over at Scruggs, Cooking with Scruggs, I think is his channel. He mentioned in one of my videos, actually in my smoked chicken video, that he would take that fishing with him, and he said he knows it's not jerky, but he thinks it would be great to snack while you're out fishing. And he is right, because I've been using it as a snack, as my lunch. You know, I don't even have to heat it or nothing. I don't have to keep it cold. I just take it with me, open up my bag, and just nibble away at it. It's so good. It's so good. It's amazing. So anyway, I will go ahead and end this. I hope you, if you're thinking about a freeze dryer, I hope I helped you figure out whether or not you want to get one. There's so much you can do, and especially this time of year, because fruits and vegetables in your garden, your neighbors' trees, your family's trees that are overloaded, you can grab some and freeze dry them. It doesn't cost you anything but the electricity and time. And as you can tell, I'm loving it. I did get the Wi-Fi dongle. You know, that was like another $70, but it's totally worth it. I can adjust it. I can add time from my phone if I'm not home. I don't have to open it and look at it. If I'm not going to be home for 4 or 5 hours, I just add 4 or 5 hours to the time, and when I get home, and I take care of it. It doesn't like burn it. Like if you've got your dehydrator going and you can't get to it, by the time you get home, it could be over dry. So great advantage of that, having that ability to adjust it on your phone. All right. Again, thanks for watching What We Thought, and I hope you continue checking us out. I'm gonna try not to flood you with freeze drying stuff, but that's what I'm into right now. We do have some product reviews coming up. I may do like a garden update, stuff like that, and of course, there's always things to do around the house. I call this like a mini homestead, a mini urban homestead, and just things you do around the house. So don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified on all the different stuff we do here. All right, thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Get you a freeze dryer. You won't be sorry.